came down the street, spraying the street. I said to the guy, "What are you doing?" "Well, we're going to have to dig up the street." I says, "What?" "Well, we have to dig it up because we don't know whether or not they disconnected the steel gas pipes when they put the plastic in." Well, I got to tell you something, Joe. Those guys come down my street. First of all, I'm going to call the DPUC because I believe that the citizens of Waterbury, any Yankee Gas customer, is being overcharged due to their gross incompetence. And as far as I'm concerned, they start digging up that street. They better be ready to start milling and paving again.
Because Bunker Avenue and Grandview, as soon as they paved it a couple of years back,
yeah, I mean, same thing. These utilities and
one hand doesn't know what the other one.
And I'll tell you, the condition of the streets when they're done is absolutely horrible.
Right, right. So. Okay, we got a call, and then I know Larry has some announcements that we want to make. We got 2 calls.
That's all right.
Good evening, caller.
Hi, very good show. I want to ask a question to Larry. I don't want to put you on the spot, but are you going to run for mayor at the independent party?
All right. Well, you're not putting me on the spot. I'll tell you what. I'm in the mix. Okay. I'm certainly one of the candidates being looked at by the independent party. I believe we have 2, maybe 3 people that have shown an interest in running for mayor. And at some point in time before the convention, I guess we'll let the public know what at least my intention is as far as running. But I will say at this point in time, I'm in the mix, but I'm definitely at this time not the candidate for the independent party.
Well, I hope you do, though.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
So you might be back on my show in 2 weeks.
Can't tell. Might be.
Okay, thank you.
We might be. Thank you, Paul.
Okay. Before I know we got a call online too. Why don't you talk about our caucus?
Yeah, okay. We're going to have our...
brought that up, so
right.
We'll walk right
independent party, we're going to have a caucus. It's going to be August 27th at 2 o'clock p.m. That's Saturday. Thomaston Savings Bank, it's the community room, Watertown Avenue, across the street from Canaan Technical School. So again, it's August 27th at 2 p.m. It's open to the public. And there's another announcement there about Douglas School for the people that might be interested.
Right. Okay, yeah, they're having their rededication and ribbon cutting ceremony Monday, August 22nd, 11 a.m. Douglas School, 38 West Porter Street. It's actually Bank Street, but they call it West. They call it West Porter. I intend to go down there because I've been watching this whole thing since they took the roof off, they took the windows out, sandblasted it, put the addition on. And my major complaint is why the heck didn't the city take those 2 crack houses, 4-story crack houses down there? They say you're supposed to be so many feet from the school. Here's one from right here. It's like 30 feet away from the school.
I'll tell you what, the only thing I can say is I did do a quick walk through the school. I was not impressed leaving the brick, which was not the finished brick that used to be in that school. To me, it looks absolutely archaic. Never mind, it's not the antique look. This is the archaic look. For those of you out there, don't try going up the front steps. My understanding is it's 3 feet under concrete.
That's a fire hazard.
Well,
you can't get out from the inside.
Well, you certainly won't get out that entrance, that's for sure.
Right. Okay, which one? Line 2 first? Okay. Mike, keeping you busy, Mike. Good evening, caller.
That was my fault, I'm sorry. You gotta take one.
All right. Good evening. Okay, line 2, call back. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, yes.
Hear me now?
We can hear you now. It must be Verizon.
I got a few questions to control.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
My question is, what's going to happen with the contract with the maintenance department of schools?
Okay.
And my other question is that they felt that the other lady was more qualified than the
talking about superintendent,
Waterbury,
right?
but the mayor that's running right now felt that she was qualified because she lived in Waterbury. How do you feel about hiring people from out of Waterbury for contracts and different things, like when they had the ordinance thing on TV, they had X amount of black people out there saying that they didn't get their fair chance at...
All right, I'll answer that question. You say you had a third one?
And then I got one more other question to ask you. If nonprofit organizations don't pay their taxes,
right,
they close up these agencies?
No, okay, I'll answer those questions. Thank you very much for the call.
Okay, what line was it? That was line 1, right?
Yep, line 2, I think, is the next one. That was,
Yeah, okay. Good evening, caller.
Yeah. Have you guys fixed the air conditioning at West Side yet? It's busted.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the air conditioning has been fixed, but I know that the Board of Aldermen did pass the contract for a new air handler. Our understanding was that the air handler was defective. If you want, I will call up and find out whether or not that air handler has been installed and what the status is with the air conditioning. That's at West Side Middle School?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out for you.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And if you're watching on Thursday's program, I'll let them know how I made out. Just to answer that, if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we got like...
The maintenance
5 minutes.
contract, AFB, that's going to be up before the Board of Aldermen on the 22nd. They put that on hold. They didn't have enough votes to, they thought they could override the mayor's veto. They didn't have enough votes, so they put it on hold. I guess they're going to try to get all 15 aldermen there and try to override the mayor's veto. I think it's a bad contract. I believe there's too many provisions in there allowing the Board of Education or the Education Department to enter into contracts well above the $440,000. And in my opinion, the city should have put this out for a contract like they do the Department of Public Works head, a 3-year contract, non-union position, and a non-union position, and allow the city to hire a director of maintenance. He would be on she would be on a 9-month probation. If he or she didn't do well, he could fire him and then bring somebody else in. But with all the people out of work today, I'm sure there's a very, very competent individual that could be hired at a great deal of savings to the city than this $440,000 contract. So I will be voting no, and I will be voting to sustain the mayor's veto of that. Superintendent of schools, I'm not on the Board of Education. Much of this was done in closed session. They said that they voted for the person that they felt had outstanding qualifications, that for whatever reason those qualifications trumped the person being a resident of Waterbury. Not being on the Board of Education and not having being part of that selection process, I only have to depend on the people that were there. It was not a close vote. It was 7-3. So obviously, for whatever reason, the Manchester Superintendent of Schools certainly wowed the Board of Education. As far as the nonprofits, no. If they don't pay their taxes, they don't get shut down because they don't pay any taxes. They come to Waterbury, they don't pay any real property taxes, they don't pay any personal property taxes, they don't pay any taxes on their automobiles. And I think it's time that the Waterbury taxpayers, and again, like Joe said, Joe has this situation with no kill for animals. These things are close to people's hearts. When you have a nonprofit, whether it be WellPath, when you have a nonprofit, the Morris Foundation, when you have a nonprofit, the Red Cross, these are all organizations that are near and dear to people's hearts. But again, understand, these are organizations, all of which do not pay the city of Waterbury 1 penny in taxes. We have to provide police protection. We have to provide fire protection. We have to provide all the services that we provide to any other business here in the city of Waterbury. We get 0 taxes, and it's time that the Waterbury public should at least know what they are supporting with their tax dollars, especially with so many people now having them being driven into foreclosure because of the economy.
They do have to pay the water though, right?
Water and sewer is not a tax. That's a fee.
Okay, okay, right.
So if you use water and you discharge into the sewer, you pay those because those are fees, those are not a tax.
Make it quick, Mike. We got about 1 minute. Good evening, caller. You got about 1 minute.
Yeah, the fabulous show you. Larry, but I'm bringing in a piece of paper now where they're talking about that 84, fixing that up.
Yes.
Now, I hope it's not the mishmash. There's no problem there.
No, there's absolutely no problem.
I had to go to work. That she's tired for the 25 minutes, so on. So I hope you keep an eye on that.
Yeah, thank you.
25 to 25A. Every day when they say there's a problem with Waterbury, I don't even need to hear it.
Right. Look, the Mixmaster, there's nothing wrong with the Mixmaster. As a matter of fact, we don't need to take $100 million of our property taxes off the tax rolls for the highway department here in the state of Connecticut. When you go to other countries, they are building highways with 4 and 5 decks because land is valuable. As far as up to the Mixmaster, it's 3 lanes on the Mixmaster.
Yeah.
We need 3 lanes up to it.
If there's a problem on the Mixmaster, it's because up in front where there's 2 lanes.
Right.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much.
So thank you very, very,
We
very
might
much.
be seeing you in 2 weeks on the air.
Well, anything's possible, Joe. It's a possibility.
Yeah, okay, like I said, I'm continuing my run of all politicians. I'm not favoring one over the other, but just want to educate everybody. Thank you, and I have another guest coming on next week, and that's going to be another interesting show, too. Good night, and we'll see you then.
Good night, and always interesting. Have a good night.